Welcome to Ace My Exams Learning. Let us get started with today's learning.
Life Science Grade 12. Variation in Evolution. What is variation? Variation refers to the differences that exist among individuals of the same species. These differences can be seen in both genotypes, that is the genetic makeup, and phenotypes, the observable characteristics such as height, eye color, or blood type. There are several key sources of variation in sexually reproducing organisms. These mechanisms ensure that offspring are genetically unique and not mere clones of their parents. This diversity within populations is essential for survival and adaptation. Sources of variation. Variation arises mainly from the processes involved in 1. Sexual reproduction mixes genetic material from two parents. This creates unique combinations in the offspring, making them different from both parents and siblings. 2. Mutations, which are random changes in the DNA of an organism. These changes can introduce completely new traits. The following mechanisms each play a specific role in creating new genetic combinations. A. Crossing over during prophase 1 of meiosis. During prophase 1 of meiosis, homologous chromosomes pair up and exchange segments of genetic material in a process known as crossing over. This results in chromosomes that contain a mixture of maternal and paternal genes. As a result, the gametes formed, sperm or eggs, carry unique combinations of genes. For example, this explains why siblings may share certain traits, but still look quite different. They inherit different recombined segments of DNA. B. Random arrangement of chromosomes during metaphase 1. Another important way variation happens is through the random arrangement of chromosome pairs during metaphase 1 of meiosis. At this stage, matching pairs of chromosomes, one from the mother and one from the father, line up in the middle of the cell. But the way they line up is completely random. This means each egg or sperm cell can get a different mix of mom's and dad's chromosomes. For example, one sperm might get chromosome 1 from the father and chromosome 2 from the mother, while another sperm might get both from the mother. Because there are many chromosome pairs, the number of possible combinations becomes very large, creating lots of genetic variation in offspring. C. Random fertilization. Even after meiosis produces unique sperm and egg cells, fertilization introduces more randomness. Any sperm can fertilize any egg, and since each gamete is genetically distinct, the fusion of two gametes leads to a completely unique zygote. This is why siblings born to the same parents still have different traits. Fertilization is a random process involving millions of possible sperm and one of many egg cells. D. Random mating. When organisms within a species mate without selective pairing, random combinations of genetic material are brought together. This is especially common in large, freely breeding populations. For example, in wild populations of birds or fish, mates are not selected based on genotype, so the variety of pairings introduces more genetic variation into the gene pool. E. Mutations. Mutations are permanent changes in the DNA sequence of a gene. These can occur spontaneously or be triggered by environmental factors like radiation or chemicals. A mutation can change how a gene functions or is expressed. Some mutations have no visible effect, while others can cause dramatic changes in the phenotype. For instance, a mutation might result in a different eye color or even confer resistance to a disease. Mutations are crucial to long-term evolution, as they introduce entirely new genetic material into a population. Types of variation. Variation among individuals can be categorized into continuous or discontinuous variation, depending on how the traits are distributed across the population. 1. Continuous variation. Continuous variation refers to traits that show a range of phenotypes, with no clear-cut boundaries between one extreme and another. These traits are usually influenced by multiple genes, polygenic inheritance, and can also be affected by environmental factors. An example of continuous variation is human height, where individuals can be very short, very tall, or anywhere in between. Other examples include skin color, weight, and intelligence. These characteristics form a smooth distribution curve when plotted on a graph. 2. Discontinuous variation. Discontinuous variation refers to traits that fall into distinct, separate categories, with no intermediate forms. These traits are usually controlled by a single gene and are not influenced by the environment. A good example is blood group in humans. You are either type A, B, AB, or O. There are no partial or in-between blood types. Other examples include the ability to roll your tongue or having attached versus free earlobes. Discontinuous traits are easily grouped and typically analyzed using bar graphs rather than curves.
To access more learning and exam preparation materials, go to www.acemyexams.coza. This link is also in the video description below. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe and be the first to know when we upload new videos.